welcome back to another video. If you guys are new here, please make sure to subscribe. Helps the channel out, helps these videos reach more people, and be sure to check out some of the videos that we've put out this year and the previous videos from last year. First of all, welcome to the new shop. This is my new barn at my new house. It's a lot nicer than my last one. I'll give you guys a quick pan real quick. So basically we've got like workbench area, storage, today's video, boat, decoys, a room here that was supposed to be a bathroom, but it's gonna be decoy storage. And it's just, I mean, way nicer than my last barn. If you guys want an in-depth video, just let me know. But for now, this is the new barn. All right, so what I really want to talk about today is my loadout for divers, specifically for shore hunting. Now I say that because if you're going to be doing layout hunting, you already know what you're getting yourself into. But for somebody who's just getting into trying to hunt divers, they're going to be hunting from a smaller boat from shore and targeting divers from shore. So I wanted to specifically talk about that because that's the way I get the most questions about. So I want to stress this before this starts. The brand of these decoys does not matter. What you're really looking for is the setup, but I'm going to go through the brands that I have just so people can see the different styles of decoys that there are and the different species, which you still don't need to worry about that if you're just starting out. But it is nice to know the different species of decoys that are available in case you are starting to target specific divers. So let's get into the gear and we'll show you guys what I've got set up over here. So this is 6 dozen diver decoys. I have them all in slotted bags specifically for the long lines, but also for my single divers that I have so that they don't get super banged up in the boat. And we'll go through a little bit of my long line setup real quick and how I get those strung in the bag and then the weights that I use for those. So we'll start with these redheads just to show you guys what the front of the lines look like. So I do an overhand knot to get a loop right here. Each decoy is set up on a drop. So I have these gang rig style clips. See if that focuses. You can get trot line clips or whatever you want, and then I just have tarred line going up to the decoy. They're on swivels on this line, but that's not super important. It was just easier to do them that way when I first started. But then the way that they're strung out through the bag is I just would grab that clip, shove it in the bottom, and then just put the line in under the decoy. So it's down in the bag, and you can kind of see it right there. And then I just slide the decoys in. So that goes from slot to slot all the way around in a U pattern. And that helps really get these decoys out quick, because then you don't have to worry about clipping the lines onto the main line. My main line is rig 'em right 1/4 inch line, and I use this specific line because it's really pliable. It's really easy to get it in the bag as opposed to like your crab pot line or the Doctari long lines, which I do have Doctari long line drops in here, and I really like them. I've mimicked them with these Chinese ones that are on these lines. So these ones have this Chinese clip from Amazon, tarred line, the same type that the Doctari drops are, just a smaller gang clip. Instead of it being 5 inch, they're 3 inch. So that goes for 4 of my lines. So here's a bluebill line. It's set up the exact same way. These are G&H decoys. These are hardcore. I have a bag of tangle-free goldeneyes and buffies. They're set up the exact same way. And then I have a line of ringnecks and some black ducks. And they're all set up the exact same way with the same line. And it makes it super easy to clip your weight on the end and just start feeding them out the bag. Now I have 2 dozen singles and they're all tangle-free. I have goldeneyes, buffies, there's canvasbacks in there, bluebills, and those are all in slotted bags as well. Now I really like the tangle-free ones. I've talked about it in a lot of videos. I really like their decoys, but some of these lines I've had for 5 years now, so there's no reason to get new decoys on the lines if these ones work perfectly fine. And honestly, I really like how these G&H decoys look. So if I even find them used, I'm probably going to buy them. They're super light as well. Like the bag is really light on those, but they're not foam filled. The Tangle Frees are foam filled, but the G&H and the redheads are not foam filled. So now on to weights. When I'm shore hunting, I use sash weights, also known as window weights. I've got these from friends who work construction, but you can find them on Facebook Marketplace. You can find them from construction sites where they're working on big old buildings that have these weights for the windows. But all these are is a leg core crab pot line. It doesn't matter what color it is, it's going to be underwater anyway. And then those are knotted onto the end of the window weight. And then they have a clip that goes on that overhand knot at the end of the long lines. So I think these are 30 foot, and I use those as 30 foot because there are spots in the lake that we hunt that get, 20 foot. And then I'm able to use these on the front of my lines to keep them tight. When I'm layout hunting, I use the heaviest weights I can find. So these just happen to be truck calipers, but I also have some compression fitting sides that are like stainless steel. They're like 20 pounds. Anything that I use on the upwind side just to make sure that the decoys stay secured in open water. But for shore hunting, the sash weights on both ends of the line work really, really well. So as you can see on this ring neck line, with this sash weight, I'm just going to take this clip it right on, and that's how I get them to clip on. Obviously, this is just a short one that doesn't have the crab pot line on it, but it makes it really easy to have this overhand knot at the very end of the line, and that's super easy to get on and off. So when I'm running a shore spread, for the most part I'm throwing all 6 dozen. I'm sometimes throwing mallards depending on what's in the area. But I like to run 2 lines off of each side of the blind and then fill in the shore side of the lines with the singles and the mallards if I have them. That's my favorite. I think that it works out really well. It gives a nice open lane in the middle for ducks to land. You can put a spinner on either side or in the middle, and they really like to land that way. But yeah, so that's the long line setup for the shore. You could use all singles if you want, but the long lines running them from shore makes it super quick to get decoys out, as opposed to throwing 6 dozen singles. You just have one person feeding decoys, and I'm either using a kayak or the boat, and I'm just standing on the front of the boat dishing them out after the line's set and the weight's set, and then you're just backing up away from the boat or the blind, and it works really well. So I hope you guys enjoy that breakdown. It's very simple. It's really easy to find used decoys that you can use for divers. Some of those ones are just painted, like the black ducks are just painted mallards that I had laying around that were useless. They work really well on the long line just because they fill in a spot that, I've lost a few decoys to people shooting them, so they've sunk, and I've taken those ones off and just put on a spray painted black mallard that I had laying around, and it works really well. If you guys have any other questions, please make sure to drop them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get to everybody's questions. I don't have anything that's a real secret, so ask me anything that you guys want. It's a really easy way to shoot divers, especially if you don't want to invest the money in a big boat or a layout boat. And for us, it's really nice when the weather's bad and we don't want to be out in the middle of the lake. We can still shoot divers from shore. You guys have seen the videos, and there's going to be more coming that show this setup. So hopefully you guys find this useful. Please make sure to check out the previous videos. Make sure you're subscribed. Give the video a thumbs up, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.